All right. Sorry for the long setup, everyone. Thank you so much for coming out to my talk. Let's get back to the first slide here. Holy cow, it's SAINTCON again. Where did all the time go? Holy cow, everyone having a good SAINTCON so far? Usually I'm on day 3. I'm on day 1 today. It's kind of weird. And I literally can't see any of your faces, so hopefully you're looking at me. Eye contact, because I'm making eye contact with you, all of you. Okay, anyways, so let's get going. Got a lot of things to cover. I'm going to go kind of fast because in a 30-minute time slot. But I just want to let everyone know that we do have this pop-up hackerspace called Hack in the Box. It's going to be over the Hyatt, in the conference center at the Hyatt, from 7 p.m. till midnight until they kick us out or later when people are tired. Come hang out there and we can go through this. I'll bring my rig and all the cool stuff so we can go through there. So, all right, let's get through this. Who am I? Why am I here? So, dad, mad scientist, hacker, tinker. Awesome talk this morning by Joe Grand about hackers, hacker mentality. I definitely had both hands in the air saying I'm a hacker. So, yeah. My day job is I'm a senior security engineer at a pen test company called Secure Yeti. If you need a pen test, let me know. I've done some projects like the WiFiCactus, the Kraken. Did this crazy project called the Apex storage car, which I'll talk about in about 2 seconds, which I'm featuring here. We've got a podcast, me and my friend Kentaro. We've been a little bit on hiatus, but he's coming right now. My friend Kentaro is going to be here from Tokyo. I'm super stoked, so we can hang out. Maybe we can podcast while we're here. We'll see what happens. And then I do all the fun outdoorsy things, running Pokemon stuff. All right, quick shill section because we've got to shill a little bit. Like I said, my company Secure Yeti, shout out to them for letting me be here, even though we've got a ton of pen tests. But if you need a pen test, let me know. And also, if you want to be a pen tester or looking for something, hit me up. We're hiring. So secureyeti.com. Check us out. We do lots of fun stuff. Clearances may be required, so just throw that out there. And I made it through, so I passed. Okay, and then one little quick note too. I want to talk about my other little startup fun thing that I'm doing. It's called Apex Storage Design. A few years back, I did a Kickstarter where I put all these SSDs on a single storage device, and was like, bam, all the storage. So I've got it in this server today, or the gaming computer, more than a server. And basically I've got 16 8-terabyte drives, whatever that maths out to, I think 128 terabytes, in this that I'm doing data analysis on super fast, all bridged together over PCI Express 4.0, 40 million IOPS, 32 gigs of bandwidth, read-write. It's super hot and sexy. Feel free to come check it out. Also, they're for sale. Go check out our website, Apex Storage. I have them in stock. I even have some here. If you want to come buy some, come talk to me. All right, quick project history. Oh, yeah, that's what we have the cool camera. Do I push the button?
Yes, go ahead and press the button.
Boom, I pushed the button. Check this out. You get some cool inside view of that beautiful designed heatsink, tons of Sabre and 8-terabyte drive. All right, that's enough. Thank you for shill. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Source changed. That was some shoe shot. I think that was the first at SAINTCON. We had shoe shot. So put that in the Twitter. Okay, so quick project history. You guys might know the WiFiCactus, what crazy wireless monitoring project, 2.4 gigahertz, 5 gigahertz, all the channels, Intel NUC on the back. Started out at about like 50, 60 pounds, dropped it down to like 20 by switching to lithium ion. It was pretty fun little project. Went around the world with that. And then it's like, man, I'm getting tired of carrying stuff on my back, so I'm going to carry it in a suitcase on my arms. So that was the Kraken. Shout out to Grifter and all the Blackhat folks for letting me just dump my projects inside of the NOC year after year to gather all that yummy data there. So again, Intel NUC, I like the Intel NUC idea. It makes it easy. Actually, the one in the picture there was the first iteration. It was just a mining, good old crypto mining motherboard that had a whole bunch of breakouts for PCI Express, did USB, stuff like that on it. So pretty rad stuff. Okay, so then the other part of the project too is this tool I wrote called PCAPinator. And so I've worked on this tool for a number of years. Go check it out. It's on my GitHub. I'll have the link at the end on that. But basically, I kept running into problems and was like, okay, I need to process more PCAPs faster. Man, this thing will not stay on my ear. Who would have thought that would have been the problem that I have today, is the thing on my ear. Okay, but why? Has anyone ever seen this error message before? For those of you in the back, I know it's really small. Basically, it says, the file contains more records than the maximum supported number of records, which is 53 million records. Wait, what? Wireshark has a maximum? Wait, if you're dealing with PCAPs that large, you're going to have a bad day. So that's why I wrote TShark. Again, this is part of the problem. 2.3 terabytes of data. I love WinDIR stat. It's just so beautiful in the visualization. It's hard to do processing and do data analysis on lots of data across lots of PCAP files, across lots of years. Man, this thing, I don't know how these things work. I would think... I'm trying. My ear is just like, I'm not even doing this. I'm not down with this. All right, so let's get into the actual data because that's what we're here for. All right, so I was able to get the system online here, terminal. Okay, so first of all, let me see if we can get, not Visual Studio Code, good try. There's the source code. The source code's on GitHub, so yeah, you can get it there if you want to. Let's see here. Don't worry, I have a backup mechanism. Let's make sure the IP didn't change. See, this is what happens when you have two keyboards at the same time. Okay, IP address, let's see. Did not change. Okay, oh, my Wi-Fi is disconnected. All right, if everyone could just not de-auth for the duration of my talk, that would be great. Okay, where are you? Where is the hotspot? Where are you? All right, we're doing it the different way. Let's go. Okay. Oh, wait, it just showed up. I saw it. There it is. Okay, connect automatically. I don't ever set that often, but today we're doing it. Okay, so let's get this up and go. Oh, I did? There's too many buttons up here. I'm so sorry. All right, anyways, so let's get into PCAPinator. So I created this mount called Big Fast because when it's big and it's fast, let's just kind of show you what that looks like. So this is what it looks like when you have lots of terabytes of drives. So I've actually got this set up in an array so that way the drives are a little bit redundant because I do like to run everything in RAID 0 for fast, but when I'm doing a presentation, I like to do things a little bit differently. So let's see, did it connect to Wi-Fi? Dude, my laptop is like, bro, you are not doing Wi-Fi today. Oh, no internet? Don't care. Cool. Don't need internet. All right. Thank you. I love it. Appreciate you. Okay, so let's go back to the, oh, you gotta mount it first. There we go. Oh, it didn't mount. There it goes. There we go, Saint Talk, okay. All right, cool, we got our data. Yay, we're at data. Okay. And just try this mechanism one more time. Nope, we did not get an IP. That's fine, we're doing it live. Okay, so I'm gonna cheat a little bit. We've got some commands already in the command line. So basically, PCAPinator, the tool is just all about doing insane PCAP stuff. So let's go and I'm gonna just do history, grep. I already put some in here, so for time, yep. And let's go and just give you kind of an example of what some of the things that this is capable of. So for example, one of the things that I like to do is I asked on Twitter for people to provide me some ideas of their favorite Wireshark queries. And so like I've got some where my favorite Wireshark queries are already built into the tool. So for example, I've got like a command that will go through and pull handshakes and put it into hashcat format. So let's go ahead and show you what that looks like really quick. So we'll go to Python, we're gonna split it, and I'll explain the command as I run it here. We're gonna go to, sure, that one will work. Okay, so basically the way that this tool works is, oh, I need to activate one thing really fast. Source bin, yay, environments. Okay, one for demo, two Kismet. There we go, okay. And let's run this command. Okay, so basically what's happening on this command now is we're on PCAPinator. We're doing, actually this is some fun data from Singapore. We're gonna grab the handshakes. We're gonna push it to Hashcat and we're gonna split it. So what's gonna happen is, and let me make this full screen and let's open another window and just give you kind of an idea of what happens to the operating system. I put the wrong file. That's also another thing that I'm not great at is error handling. So if anyone wants to help me on my project write some error handling, that would be great. This is, let's do one thing with it too. -- Kismet. Okay, so what's happening with this command is I'm running it on a Kismet database file. I can close that now. And so on the Kismet database file, inside of there also is the PCAP file itself. So it first goes through and extracts the PCAP. Next, it's going to go through and filter that PCAP for my favorite Wireshark query, which is handshakes. So it's going to go through and look for the beacons for the handshakes. It's going to pull out the EAP information, and then furthermore, it's going to then extract all of that information into a lovely format to Hashcat. So because if you're gonna have handshakes, you gotta crack them, right? So you might as well take them all the way directly there. Also, it's gonna run it split. By default, it splits it based on the number of processors this has. So as you can see, just that fast, it's already split this data file into pieces. And now I have handshakes. And we can actually pull up our Wireshark as well. And just to show you that this is not just a tool that doesn't do anything, it's actually got the data as well, all split out. And so what we're going to see, big fast Saint and demo. I think I did it on that one. And so what we'll see on this file is we're going to actually see the individual handshakes as they take place. Love running Wireshark live. And so then what's awesome about this is we can now just quickly see where these what these files are and the SSIDs that are associated with it and the handshakes themselves inside of here. So, and we can see that these are the management frames. So this is all of the pieces that actually the Wireshark tool or the Hashcat tool does to be able to pull out the handshakes. So, hey, looky there, there's a Blackhat Asia 2023. I wonder what the password is. Maybe Blackhat. Anyway, so we can pull that out and now we can crack and then we can play around and see what the data is that we get from there. Just that fast. So now it really streamlines the pipeline from doing there. So you're like, okay, cool. So you've got some data, you've done some things, but let's talk about like real data, like things when they get crazy. What do you do in that case? So back in the day, I used to get on stage and I'd be like, oh man, I got all this data and it's so hard and I don't know what to do with it. And now I'm like, oh, I got all this data and I have tools to actually process it, but it still comes out super big. So if we come over here and we look at this folder, I already did this last night because it was huge and I didn't want to waste all of my time letting the computer spin up to ad nauseum and be doing its thing. But yeah, that's a TSV file. So I found also using TSVs instead of CSVs. People typically use commas with SSID names and then that breaks your CSV. They also use all sorts of weird, crazy characters. So you're like, ah, man, that makes my life hard. You're trying to like inject my data as I'm doing data processing. There was some really cool talks from lots of cool people, but like called anti-forensics, where they're trying to do changes and modifications to code to be able to like mess up people that are doing forensic analysis. And so that's like a really good background for like things you should screw around with SSIDs. And then it would screw around with guys like me. And when you're at a conference like SAINTCON, DEFCON, Blackhat, those are definitely places where people screw around with SSIDs. So as you can see, that's 111 gigs of data for that TSV file. So yeah, so and then even the first 5 million records of that TSV file is nearly a gig. So it's like, oh my gosh, this is so much data. So anyways, that took 4 hours to process with my PCAPinator tool to generate this 111 gig file from the source, which was probably about 0.5 terabyte. So it basically crunched it down a tenth of the data, or a fifth of the data rather, and then now it's outputted as that. So then it's like, okay, cool. So I did this earlier, and it's in Iron Python, and I can't get it to load through the connection because of the Wi-Fi. So, but we're just gonna pretend like I ran this live, just barely. And so the next thing that I do is I use Jupyter Notebook. So anyone out there use Jupyter? Jupyter is awesome for data analysis in Python. You basically can just put lines of information in here and get ideas of what's coming out of your data in real time, and it saves your steps as you do it, so it's like really handy. So basically what I've done here is I've taken that same data set that was the, I only took the 5 million because it would have taken too long to process the rest. And then from there, I've got the summary of the data that as it's being loaded, and then I'm taking account of the most broadcast SSIDs, and this is at Blackhat in 2018, and I don't even know what these SSIDs are. So it's like, these are the things that were being the most loud. So, okay, this year I worked at the Blackhat NOC, and people are coming up and they're like, our Wi-Fi is garbage. Why is everything so bad? And it's like, I don't know. I go back and I look at the data and I'm like, there are assholes are among us. This is just malicious, all right? Like this is in like orders of magnitude of like 300,000 packets in my 5 million records was just this SSID being broadcast. Well, it's like a hash of something. I don't even know what it means. So anyways, all right. Big data is hard. So if anyone has any big data solutions and wants to point me in a direction of doing more big data, or if somebody wants to work with me on big data, feel free. All right, let's see. Did I open 2 copies of this? I did. Sweet, cool. Okay, so there's some other cool data that I wanted to show you too. There's another part of the PCAPinator tool where it does this really cool thing called, it uses a graphing tool called Graphistry. What Graphistry does, it allows you to plot very large numbers of points all at the same time. Ooh, do I still have that window open? Maybe not. Nope, I closed it. Son of a, okay, anyways. And so it allows you to plot really big data all at the same time, and so you can see visualization and patterns. So this specific example, this is from data from multiple conferences from over the world, and this is 1 million nodes. So there's 1 million endpoints here, 1 million positions that are graphed here. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to see any of and these are MAC addresses communicating to other MAC addresses. So this is wireless data. So this would be like me sniffing the Wi-Fi. Gosh dang it, this thing is going to be the death of me. Oh man. It won't stay on. So there's 1 million addresses, MAC addresses, that are communicating to other things. So this is like access points, or maybe other devices are communicating to other devices, or so very layer 2, so very device-device communication. So what I did in this is I did a filter for all of the devices that have outbound connections to other MAC addresses that have more than 50 connections. And this particular node that I have highlighted there has nearly 7,000 connections. So this MAC address is communicating to 7,000 other nodes at the network, at the net layer 2 level. So this is like just mind-blowing. I'm like, what's happening? Well, it's probably like the access point controller. Maybe it's the switch, maybe the spine switch. But then what's even more crazy, I'm a passive guy who just set a wireless device in your network. You didn't even know it was there. I wasn't connected. This isn't from a tap. This is me passive. Like, I'm seeing this level of specificity. Also, there's some interesting connections about MAC address reuse of people being able to use their devices at multiple conferences. So one thing that's changed, though, is with MAC randomization, we're seeing a lot less of that, right? Because Android and Apple both randomize your MAC per your SSID when you connect to the network, right? So I'm still doing some research on that as we move forward in the future, but there's still a lot of devices that don't do that. So there's still, like laptops, and I mean, some laptops are doing it more and more, but for the most part, they're not yet. So anyways, just amazing, cool graphs. Again, this is built into PCAPinator. This tool is free to use. You can go get an API key, you plug it into the PCAPinator, and then you can immediately start graphing data in here to be able to do some analysis like this. I thought I had one more. Where did it go? Where did it go? Did I accidentally delete it? Maybe I did. Anyways, so running close on time. Like I said, I'm going to be at Hack in the Box. I'll bring this box down. And I want to actually let you guys run queries on the data too. So if you have some ideas for Wireshark queries or whatever, feel free to tweet them at me. Feel free to throw them at me on LinkedIn. Feel free to email them to me. Also, just feel free to just write them on a paper and throw them at me. And so I'd be glad to run it on there. And we can I've got about 3/4 of my entire data set on the computer with me right now. So I'd be super glad to run some stuff on that. I don't know how much time we have for questions. We got about 5 minutes to the next presenter. So I'll probably take questions at the back. Meet me outside. I've got a little bit of cleanup. So anyways, thank you so much, everyone, for coming to my presentation. Hopefully it was a little enlightening. Appreciate you all. Thank you. Oh yeah, there's my GitHub too. You can put that on the screen for a few seconds. There's my GitHub if anyone needed it.